Muy buenas chicas y chicos y bienvenidos a un nuevo episodio de Dragon Age de Veilguard. En este episodio vamos a completar la misión Enemigo de mi enemigo. Ok, como primer objetivo tenemos que encontrar un lugar para contactar a Solas. Obviamente una área nueva que se abrió por allí. Pero como les dije, esos eventos así que tienen la burbujita esa con la manecilla del reloj, deben hacerla en cuanto la vean, porque son temporales. Así que entonces vamos para allá primero. Ya tenemos esto aquí y obviamente tenemos esto aquí, que creo que no debería estar aquí, pero está aquí. Es una ropa nueva por el aniversario de Mass Effect. Así que vamos con Hacking primero.
Toldar, it's a tunel. Vedun gar velos atredum. But velos atredum is nothing like Isatunal.
Isatunal? I remember. After you touched the dagger, the prayer, the proclamation, Isatunal. What exactly are you proclaiming?
They don't remember. No one remembers. We don't even know what we lost.
You're not hearing a word I'm saying, are you?
Uh-huh.
You know you're adorable, right?
Sure, whatever you think is best. What? What's happened?
I said you're adorable.
You're poking fun at me.
I would never poke fun. I respect you too much.
Is that so?
100%. So what's Isatunal?
Isatunal is an affirmation, a statement of existence, of being. It means I am here. But no, not I. I is singular, but it isn't. We either. We is multiple, but also separate.
What?
Isatunal is the eternal hymn that encompasses all time, all spaces. I am, we are, this and that, here, there, now, and forever.
What's important is that you're happy.
Happy? Happy's not it. Whole. Right, maybe. I'm certain Isatunal describes how we, the dwarves, once were. But none of the books say anything about it. None of the histories are right. If we forgot something so important, what else did we forget?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I don't expect you to have an answer. Thanks for letting me babble, by the way.
Anytime. That's what I'm here for.
Y pues ahí ven, aprovechamos y ganamos aprobación con Hacking. Ahora sí, vamos con la misión como tal.
Wait, that room wasn't there before. I don't think. Nev, or Harding, must have put my pack here. Makes sense. Better place to sleep than the infirmary. Guess I can spare a few moments to unpack my things.
Vamos a desempacar. Ok, mira, aquí hay una polémica con este espejito.
Varric and his life lessons. I asked him how we were supposed to stop Solus, and he gave me this. Take a long, hard look at it, kid. It'll always show the face of a hero who can get it done.
Ok, mire, aquí tienen las opciones de género, identidad de género. Mire, aquí pueden elegir. Ahí vamos poco a poco. Establece la identidad transgénero y desbloquea opciones de diálogo, bla, bla, bla. Esta también, me encanta con quién soy. Pues toditas son para los transgéneros. Si no quieren, o si, o sea, si no, obviamente no quiere ser trans, pues simplemente le dan atrás y se cancela. Esta aquí, pues con los tatuajes, si tienen tatuajes, qué sé yo. Ven, yo pues, como soy élfico, deja el pueblo élfico y tatuaje. Vamos a ver qué sucede.
The Valasleen are sacred for the elves. I didn't grow up Dalish, but they're not the only ones who have a claim on being elven. My tattoos represent who I am, and I'll wear that for all the world to see.
Y pues eso completa la, pues, la elección. Creo, no sé si cuando terminan, vamos a probarlo, cuando terminen de poner todo,
The
está la
Antam
opción
regret of
de
this one
redecorar.
thought occupying Treviso was the same as owning it. I showed him how wrong he was. Freed a bunch of prisoners that night, including Varric. That's also the night the Crows kicked me out of Antiva for carrying out unauthorized operations. It was the right thing to do, but it did bring the Antom down hard on the Crows. I probably could have made fewer waves.
Ok, esa decoración de ahí depende del trasfondo que hayan elegido. Yo soy cuervo antivano, pues por eso sale esa opción. Eso varía.
The peddler gave me this after I saved his caravan from bandits. He told me the scroll went back to even before Tevinter. Said that elves had a rich history, even more than the rest of us. Too many humans look down on us, even though elves were here first. It's nice to have someone see how much our people have done. The tools every professional scoundrel needs when learning the trade. I spent as much time picking locks and mixing potions as I did training with blades or a bow. It took me so long learning to get the alchemical mixtures just right, but what I learned saved my life more than once. Right, that's better. Now, how do I connect to Solus? Just sleep or... Oh, relaxing. Maybe if I clear my mind...
Ok, miren, me olvidó hablar sobre esto. Esto creo que es por la raza y esto es por la clase. Ya después lo pueden mover de lugares. Lo que no sé si por el espejo podrían volver a elegir algo, no sé. Eso lo vamos a ver ahora.
Back so soon. It must have been worse than I had thought.
Hello, Dreadwolf.
Ah, but perhaps I am mistaken. You may be here to correct me, to tell me that my concerns were unfounded. Perhaps nothing escaped as you stopped me from... what was it? Covering the world with demons?
As you clearly already knew, something did escape. Elganon and Gillenane, blighted.
Thank you for letting me know.
You'll recall I also said that you don't get to sit back and look smug.
What else could I be doing?
I need to know what the gods are planning.
You are asking for knowledge no mortal in this world is privy to. If I am to share it with you, I need to know what makes you the right person to lead the fight against Algernon and Gillenane.
Someone has to do something. I may not be the right person for this job, but I'm the only one left.
So your call to action is that any attempt is better than none?
Back in the Crows, I had to deal with the Antam invasion. One night, I saw a unit getting ready to transport prisoners to another city. It was way too large for us to hit.
But you did so anyway, using unconventional tactics to confuse the Antam and free the prisoners.
How do you know that?
You helped Varric pursue me for the better part of a year. It would have been foolish not to learn about who was hunting me.
Then you know that if someone has to make a call, I'll do it.
I suppose I was not so different when I started.
Started what?
My rebellion against the Evanuris. The Elven gods, as you call them. They wish to reclaim their dominion over this world. To accomplish that, they will need two things. First, the Blight. What exists in this world is a bare fragment of its power. The rest is imprisoned, until they release it.
I don't understand. Elganon and Gillenane were elves like you, right? Why would they want to blight the world?
It is my fault. As the Dread Wolf, I was a thorn in their side. When my efforts weakened their grasp on the Elven people, they grew frustrated, then desperate.
And turned to the blight.
Once the corruption took hold of them, they were blind to its horror. It was just another source of power for them. Now they would blight the world without hesitation, and call us backward and foolish for opposing them.
The blight didn't escape with the gods?
Elganon and Gillenane escaped largely empty-handed, fortunately. Most of the blight is still trapped in the prison I created ages ago.
So what we saw at the village, that's them not at full strength?
Correct.
The rest of the blight is imprisoned? There's more than what's in the world already?
Yes. Centuries ago, the Magisters of Tevinter opened my prison. A tiny fragment of the blight escaped. That fragment grew beneath the earth and led to the blights that have swept across the world. However terrible the blight is now, it is a mere fraction of what we will see if its full power is unleashed.
What would they need to do to free the blight? And how do we stop them from doing it?
They will need to pierce the veil to reach the blight's prison. My Lyrium dagger is one of the few artifacts capable of doing so.
We've already recovered it from the ritual site.
Excellent. Then they will have to make their own. That will give you time.
You said the gods needed two things, and the blight is the first? What's the second?
Followers. They have called themselves gods. And what is a god without worshippers to sing their praises?
I'm not gonna bend a knee to blighted, murdering monsters just because their ears are pointed like mine. I don't think many other elves are going to either.
Agreed. Elganon and Gillenane care little for the elves. They will find worshippers among those hungry for power. Tyrants and bullies. The cruel and the corrupt, who fear their own vulnerability and seize any chance to feel strong. If you hunt them, they will lead you to Elganon and Gillenane.
Thank you. I'll go poke at the cruel and corrupt, and we'll see what we find.
The Veravas, the lighthouse Soluvian, can take you anywhere, if you master its secrets. Have you done so?
Not yet, but we've got one of the Veil Jumpers working on it. She'll get it sorted, and we'll see how it goes.
Yes. I suppose we will. And when you speak with Varric, please tell him that I regret what happened.
Ok, tenemos el ropero aquí. Vamos a aprovechar y a ponernos algo. Miren, vamos a aprovechar entre el modo decoración Vamos a ver qué sucede con... Pues no. Pues no, no pueden volver. Salimos de ahí. No pueden volver a elegir nada. Así que piensen bien lo que van a elegir. No está mal eso. Ahora puedo poner la segunda. Vamos a ver. Voy a dejar esta aquí. Y pues no. Lo que tiene. Pues le dejamos esto. Ajá. Acá este no es el arco de... Ok, ahora sí el casco. Vamos a ponernos esto. Y lo ponemos en siempre. Estos son los nuevos. Porque sigue marcando. Ah, este de aquí. Este es el de Mass Effect. Esta fue la armadura que encontramos por el camino. Esta pues sería, digamos que la ropita normal, la armadura. No lo sé, no está mal, pero no, no sé, no me llama mucho la atención. No le dejo la que tenía, que era esta de aquí. Voy a dejar esa mejor. Me gusta más. Y para estar aquí, ahí sí podríamos ponernos esta, ¿no? Nah, voy a dejar mejor la que tenía. Pues me quedé igualito. ¿Cuál es el otro arco que tengo para bloqueado aquí? A lo mejor es otro tipo de arma. Así que pues ahora tenemos que hablar con Barry. Vamos para allá.
So Solus told the truth about the gods.
You heard? It's bad, Varric. If you'd seen Demeter's crossing.
The team needs to act fast. And it can't do that with me leading from a bed. You've got to take point on this.
I didn't come in here trying to take your job, Varric.
I know you didn't. But it's what the team needs right now.
You sure? Harding got hurt because she listened to me.
Rook, when I put this team together, what did I look for? A detective to find the Dreadwolf, and a scout to get us the lay of the land. Exactly the people he'd expect me to recruit. Disciplined, predictable. And then there's you. Remember when we first met, kid? I watched you pick apart an entire Antam patrol in Treviso. They outnumbered you 20-1.
They were overconfident. I took advantage.
Which no one else did. Crows didn't appreciate the heat it brought down, but you've got a knack, kid.
For what?
Finding a way through the wildest shit I've ever seen. With a plan that no one expects. On the best day of his life, Solus wouldn't see you coming, Rook. And don't worry. I'll still be here to talk if you need me.
Ok, hablemos por orden.
There is something. When I took over at the ritual site, I had to make a call on who came with me to knock over that statue. It was the first decision I made leading this team, and Harding got hurt because of it.
You made a decision with the best information you had. Sometimes you do that, and people end up hurt. Or worse.
What would you have done?
What would I have done? Probably gotten myself killed and failed to stop the ritual if you hadn't stepped in. A good leader isn't someone who never makes mistakes. It's someone who admits when they make one. That's how you earn their trust.
El cruce va primero. Sola y el Riva.
Did Nev tell you about me talking to Solus in the Fade?
I had some good arguments with Chuckles back in the day. I can't imagine being stuck with him in my head. But how are you feeling about it?
It doesn't matter how I feel about it. We can't stop the gods without what he knows.
And there you go. You don't have to love him to deal with him.
He also asked me to tell you that he regrets what happened. Hurting you, I mean.
Chuckles is sentimental. He could burn the world down, and the thing that would make him cry is a single flower with blackened petals.
Demeter's crossing was awful. While we were there, we found one survivor, the mayor.
You left him to fend for himself.
Not everyone was happy about my decision. We're just starting out, and I'm already losing their trust.
The key to earning the team's trust isn't to only make decisions everyone agrees with. It's showing the team that they can tell you whatever's on their mind, even if they think you're full of crap. And know you'll listen.
I'll let you get some rest.
You're gonna be fine, Rook. Hey, one last thing before you go. I've been racking my brain thinking of contacts who might help us with these gods.
You got any ideas?
Nothing. But being a leader isn't about having all the answers yourself. It's about knowing who does. Nev has connections to a whole world that Harding and I barely know. Might be worth talking to her.
Will do. Thanks, Varric.
Anytime. I wish I could be out there with you.
Ok, ahora vámonos con Ned.
Hey, Nev. Hi, Wisps.
Yeah, they're still here, but you're here for leads. You want allies to go after the gods? I've got places to look, if we can get anywhere but Arlathan.
Ballara's working on it. What have you got?
Let's start with the angles we know. The gods are corrupt magic personified. Who do we hire to fight that? First, the Antivan crows. We've got you. But if one assassin's good,
Why not two? You have someone in mind?
your most feared mage killer, the demon of Virantium.
A specialist. Between the two of us, maybe we can find a godly weakness.
Here's hoping. The demon got his nickname taking out blood mages and Venatori. There's been fewer stories in recent years, but your bosses would know.
The Talons? They're gonna give me an earful.
If you want to look elsewhere,
I'll set up a meeting. What else?
a trip home.
Back to Minrathous.
Capital city and heart of Tevinter, an empire of mages that knows a thing or two about corrupt magic.
Tevinter Authority.
Won't help and can't be trusted, which is why we talk to the Shadow Dragons. They're a resistance group that fights slavers, blood magic, and imperial corruption. They've got eyes and ears everywhere, including mine. If the gods enter the Empire, we might get something. Besides, I owe them an update.
Are they all mages?
Tevinter might prize its mages, but the Shadows accept anyone. We've all got a stake in the cause.
You sure we can trust these shadow dragons?
You've got a better shot with them than most in the city.
So, we talked to the crows in Antiva and the shadow dragons in Mirathas.
I wouldn't mind checking in on my neighborhood either, if Balara's ready for us.
Yeah. Should check how things are going.
Bueno, ya se completó esa misión ahí. Y tenemos unas cuantas más ahora. En la encrucijada, mal de sangre, en caso de la reliquia de contrabando. No puedes marcar otra opción durante la actual, o sea que obligado tenemos que hacer la encrucijada. Entonces esa sería la siguiente, así que nada, yo lo dejo aquí, nos vemos en un próximo episodio. Si te gusta mi contenido, suscríbete y dale al botón de like, que eso me ayudaría un montón. Y no olvides activar la campanita para que no te pierdas los futuros videos. Y si lo deseas, podrías hacerte miembro del canal, que sería un apoyo extra para yo poder seguir trayéndoles contenido a ustedes.